Hello. We made it through week one. What a wild week. I'm super proud of you all for being resilient and for pushing through and getting some really awesome work done this first week. Hopefully, some of those early kinks are out of the way because it is time for us to get rolling. We have lots to do. So, this is your Ed Puzzle preview to week two for my class, which is Chemistry with Earth Space Science. So as a reminder, this video is the first assignment that you will have this week. This preview video in general will be the first every single week. It's posted on Monday. The expectation is that that gets done on Monday before you come to my class on either Tuesday or Wednesday. It is not technically due until Sunday, but you kind of need to have watched this before we do anything together the rest of the week. We're going to continue utilizing some different platforms. I don't want to overextend myself or you, so kind of keeping it in this list here, but we are going to continue to use each of them. I hope that you guys enjoyed using Pear Deck and Padlet last week, which was new for most of us, and getting comfortable with the other things that we're doing. We're going to continue to practice. There's going to continue to probably be issues and struggles, but we'll figure it out. Remember that the Google site is a really important place that you need to navigate for information, for support, for an idea of what you need to be doing. It's also a really great place to show your parents what exactly we're doing in here. Similarly, your Google Classroom is where you're going to be turning in all of your work. So on the site, there's a whole bunch of links to this Google Classroom because that's where all of the actual assignments and documents are usually found. Pay attention to what all is there. If you need assistance, realize that there's literally a whole section on in the classwork tab about tech support and things that I can do to support you. So remember, all of this work is going to be assigned at various points throughout the week, and it is all due on Sunday at midnight. So work at a pace that works best for whatever you and your schedule and your situation is. There are live lectures that occur on Tuesday or Thursday, depending if you're in first, second, or third period. Or fourth, I just don't have fourth, or Wednesday and Friday that are for fifth, sixth, and seventh period. If you miss a live lesson, a live meeting, it is okay. I am creating recordings that are posted later that day on Ed Puzzle that must be viewed for credit because I am taking participation and attendance during those live meetings, and it's important that I know you're getting the information from them. Like I said, is everything is due by Sunday, but the assignments are put in a number order, and there will literally be a number written in front of them. It's important that you do them in the order that they are listed. You need to make sure that when you're doing different work, with using different Google templates, make sure that your work is always getting attached and you're always then marking done or turning in the assignment on Google Classroom. Many of you guys asked this week about with the live lesson recording on Ed Puzzle. If you were there for the live lesson, which trust me, I know if you were or if you weren't, so don't try to get one by me, then all you need to do is mark that assignment as turned in. If you're like, I was there, but I wasn't there, you can always watch the Ed Puzzle and complete that. If you're feeling concerned about the content or if you think you missed something from the live lesson, that is available there for you to use if you were there, and especially if you weren't there. So just as an option for something that you can always do. Remember that your work automatically saves in Google Drive. So when you are filling out different either Google Suite documents, so a doc, a sheet, a slide, it's automatically saved, but it doesn't automatically get attached on the assignment itself. So always make sure to attach it and add it, and then make sure you always turn it in. The Ed Puzzles, if you're not aware, I can see how much you watch. So if you are just skating through and you get all the questions wrong and you don't watch much of the video, I have the ability to reset it for you, and I might just do that. And like I said, I am taking attendance during these live lesson times. If you have questions or concerns or problems, there are a bunch of ways that you can get a hold of me. please try your best to solve your problem on your own before you reach out to me. But I am here to support you in whatever way I can. I didn't have office hours this first week because there's just been a lot going on. But my goal is to start making these more available on Wednesdays and Fridays from 1 to 1:30. So just a heads up on that. I'm sorry that I had to cancel this last week. Remember, we talked about classroom expectations, and I told you in our regular classroom, I'm going to, when we're all back together, I'm going to remind you of these every single day. And we built some really great expectations for what it means to be safe, be responsible, be respectful, be prepared, and be here. So, the expectation is that we are going to follow these when we're in our live lessons together and when we're doing our work asynchronously on our own. As always, especially after the craziness of last week, I should add be patient and be flexible as expectations, because we kind of have to be patient and flexible if things aren't going well or whatever is going to happen, because who knows what week 2 is going to throw at us. Now, for this week's assignments, last week was kind of just a introduction to class, get to know you kind of deal. Now we're going to start actually talking about science. So the guiding question is, what do scientists do and how do they think? We're going to continue to learn and understand what exactly is expected of you behaviorally and academically during NTI 2.0. But this week, we are going to really spend some time starting to think about what exactly does a scientist think and how are they thinking. So you have 5 assignments again this week. This ed puzzle is 1, so good work. During our live lesson, we are going to be having 2 assignments each. So we're going to be doing another Padlet activity, as well as another reflection question on Google Classroom. And then in the second live lesson this week, we are going to be filling in some notes and a chart, a graphic organizer. And then you will have your first quiz. I'm calling it a check for understanding because it's not, obviously none of this is traditional, but I'm not really thinking it as a traditional quiz, but it is going to check that you understand everything that we have been talking about in these first 2 weeks. Remember that asynchronous, means that needs to be done on your own time. But again, this live lesson preview really does need to be done before we get into our live lessons together. Okay. So we have 5 assignments again that are all due Sunday at midnight. I lastly wanted to let you guys be aware of an additional support that some of you guys have checked out and noticed. In the mental health section, I have what I call a tank check. So if you think about your energy or your emotional, mental, psychological, spiritual, physical tanks as like a gas tank, right? Where it's either full or it's empty or somewhere in between. A tank check is a really quick and simple way for you to stop and think about, where are you at this moment? Are you full and feeling really good, or are you empty and really struggling? This tank check is completely optional. It is not required, but if you're feeling some type of way one day, maybe this would feel good for you to do. And I am going to continue to post these weekly as a support to you. All right, so here we go. Week 2, we got this. I'm looking forward once again to working with you guys and to seeing you in those live lessons. See you later. Pay attention to Google Sites and to Google Docs, and to Google Classroom, and we'll talk later. Bye.